What is happening, guys and gals? Joe Badger here, your money mentor, where we have deep pockets and short arms because money never sleeps. I want to talk to you about business ideas for 2021 and beyond. And I'm talking about the kind of businesses where you quit your current job and you start one on your own that is very profitable and grows with time. I've been running my own business for over 20 years now, and as a result, I'm in touch with other business owners who have started very profitable businesses. So I'm going to share with you 15 great ideas that if you're this kind of person who is willing to leave their day job to start something on your own, you can do very well for yourself. If you like this sort of thing, please subscribe to the channel because we have a lot more coming and you do not want to miss out. So let's get into it. The three main criteria that I'm using for these businesses are: number one, you're going to be self-employed. Number two, you have the potential to make a very good living. That means a six-figure and beyond salary. And number three, you're going to be able to build a business over time. These aren't side gigs or side hustles or temporary things. These are legitimate businesses. I just so happen to belong to an organization called BNI, Business Networking International. And as a result, I meet with other business owners every week. And I'm going to give you examples of what these other business owners do, and very specifically, why they are successes. These are from personal examples of people that I know. So I know that these businesses are extremely viable, but at the same time, they can apply to you because they're not overly complex. So let's go through the list. Number one is a house painter. The guy that I know is a third generation painter. His grandfather started a business just one day. His father took over, and then now he does, and he does very well. He makes his own hours, and he's very specific with what kind of jobs he takes on. The second guy is a financial advisor, and he does very, very well. What he did was he started with a larger company, then he became a certified financial advisor, then eventually he started his own company, and now he manages a lot of money and does very well. The next is a graphic designer. Same thing, started with some large corporations, and then when business was very good, he went out on his own and retained a lot of small business customers as well as global corporations. Also along this category is a web designer. The next business that I want to refer to is someone that I know who is working as a real estate agent. She started with a well-known company, and then they branched off and started their own real estate company. Then she took her own individual team and expanded on that, so that she has 5 key members that she works with, and she developed her own team and is doing phenomenal. The next person I know is a massage therapist. He studied, then he worked for another company, and when the time was right, he went off on his own. Now he employed about 6 other massage therapists that work for him, and he has a great company that he built over a short time. Next are lawyers. I know about a half a dozen or more, maybe a dozen lawyers, but here are some very interesting law professionals who went out on their own, started their own businesses in specific areas, and do very well for themselves. The first one is a business lawyer, then a divorce and bankruptcy lawyer, then a personal injury lawyer, an estate lawyer who takes care of estates and estate planning, and then lastly, a consumer lawyer. Someone that I know very well is an electrician. He does both residential and commercial work, and he kills it. Along those same lines, along the trades, is a plumber. Same thing. This guy, I think, worked with his dad for years and then went out on his own and developed his own plumbing company, and he does extremely well. Everybody needs a plumber. One guy started a trash hauling business. He bought his first commercial truck And over just a few years, he accumulated a small fleet of trucks. He does extremely well. Another person I know is in HVAC sales, heating and cooling sales. They are a freelancer. They work for different companies, selling and representing those companies, but they work for themselves and by themselves. And this guy is killing it. I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars every year, does very well. The next is an auto body shop. Here's someone who had always an interest in cars, and so he has two big skills. One, he works on repair work, and two, on painting. Those are two specific and kind of artistic skills, and he does very well with his auto body shop. Along the same lines, I know of an auto mechanic, someone who started with their father's shop, learned the business, and then turned it into his own shop. So this is a mechanic who doesn't just work for somebody else at a larger shop. He got the experience, and then he developed his own company and expanded upon his father's business and does extremely well. I work with a woman who's an accountant, and she does extremely well. She hires bookkeepers and other people below her, and she handles many, many accounts, and she does very well for an accounting business. Another person I know does very well as a printer. She started at a company, and then she brought somebody else in from her family, and they started their own business. Now they run their own print shop, and they do specialty items, and they do very well, and it's a growing and strong business. And lastly is somebody I know who was always very mechanical, and so he started a handyman business. At one point in time, he was an inspector for another company. But when the timing was right, he went out on his own, started a handyman business, and he advertises on Facebook. People see his work, and they hire him, and he's always busy. So there you have 15 very solid business ideas that I know from firsthand experience that work excellently. Now, I know that different ones require different skill sets, but if any of these ideas speak to you personally, then I would say go for it. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. Now get back to work because money never sleeps. I'll see you in the next one.